Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear it? Don't ready?
Yes, I can.
There you
Can
go.
hear me?
That's the sound check done.
It's at the side. It's not directly in front of me, so I
Well,
don't know.
that's how it's supposed to be, isn't it? Because we don't. We want
I've never used one before. I'm new
You've
to
never
this.
you've never used the microphone before.
I don't think so. Why would I have used a microphone?
Karaoke,
Oh,
public speaking.
I've done karaoke. Yeah, but karaoke, you hold it in front of you. I don't hold it to the side like that. I hold it in front of me.
Ah, well, you're not a professional. I held my karaoke, my microphone to the side.
I bet you do, so everyone can see your face. So they go, "Oh, look at him! He must be. Hopefully, he will recognise me from being famous."
Talking of which, do you know what happened today?
Go on.
Well, let's call him my partner. I haven't thought of a name for him yet because we were talking about secret names, weren't we? Remember? Because welcome to the podcast, everyone.
That sounds a bit weird. We were talking about secret names. Yeah, of course. Hello, sorry.
Yeah, so we'll get to why we're doing this podcast in a minute because we've got time because we haven't got anything we haven't got anything to do except talk to each other. So that's what make the most of it. Right, so we're going to protect the anonymity.
That's a good word, and you said it well.
We should get that down. Write that one down. But of our friends and families, because we don't want to get them into hurt or into trouble by our fame, do we?
So I don't even think we shouldn't even be saying all this. We need to delete this rubbish.
Why?
We don't need to tell them, explain to them. We just need to get on with it.
Of course I do, because otherwise, if I call my partner, oh no, that was a bit close. Let me think of one that's far further away. Zach. If I call him Zach, yeah, and they think he's really called Zach,
yeah,
and they see me with someone called Zach in the future,
what are they going to do? What do you think they're going to do?
Well, they're creating a public.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, fair enough.
Anyway, you know what Zach's up to today?
No, what's Zach up to today?
He's got a job on ITV.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, should I have changed that? No.
No. Doing what? Oh, sorry. Well, doing what though? Literally on air. Did you say on air?
Well, he's basically. Do you know what a runner does?
Who?
A runner.
A runner. Oh yeah. Don't they just literally go and get me a cup of tea? Take that thing to John and works in section 7-4.
That's basically it. Or walk around Simon Cowell by all accounts.
Right.
5'5".
Who? Simon Cowell?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Well, that's what Zach. Better write that down. That's what Zach said.
Really, 5'5". I thought he was loads taller than that because you know the tall trousers. It does make him look really tall.
They're not tall trousers. They're just regular trousers.
Oh yeah. It's like that joke about Jeremy Beadle.
Oh yeah, be careful. Go on.
On one hand, I've got a massive cock. On the other hand, yeah. Well,
I'm all for everyone being different, but I tell you what, I did not know about Jeremy Beadle until the end of his career. I've never noticed.
No, I didn't until someone said the joke and I didn't get it. I was like, what are you on about?
Yeah, I did get it. You know why we didn't know? Do you know why he got away with it? Well, not got away with it. He wasn't doing anything wrong.
He used to dress up, didn't he? And that you'd see him peel off the beard and the Beatles him out, wasn't it? It was a good show.
I know, but he didn't. It wasn't like a special hat to peel off beards. That's why it wasn't.
No, you never know. Yeah, but you're always looking for something else. It'd be like, they'd trash someone's car, wouldn't they, in a car park?
You know what? Yeah, they would not get away with that show today. Can you imagine?
Well, people kicking off, weren't they? I think they did one with They pretended there was they got an RAF Sea King helicopter. You know, one of the massive ones.
Yeah.
One of them, and they had a couple of lookalikes, and it was
Jeremy Beadle.
No, it was Prince Andrew and Fergie.
Oh,
but yeah, you're right. So they wouldn't get away with that now. But it was them pair, and they pretended there was a mechanic basically. Pretended to him that he had to fix this helicopter, and he was like, I'm only used to working on cars, classic cars or something. And like, well, they're here in this country, and they're like waving from the helicopter at him, and he's like, "Oh, I'll see if I can help," and stuff like that. And
It was the biggest show of the time. I mean, Beatles About. Everyone watched Beatles About.
was
What's up, Beatles About?
yeah, but is that like because there wasn't much like Gladiators had just come back on, and I remember it in the 90s ish, and it was like cheesy, good, and whatever. And then we watched it the other week, and she thought it was all right. I was a bit like, do you know what? You don't get much bang for your buck. We've watched it for however long, and there's only a tiny little bit of action. The rest is all hype and what's his name? Bradley Walsh and his son waffling on a lot and like replays, and you're a bit like, oh come on. I know it's physical and art. It was like, and I remember reading someone said it should have just stayed in the 90s. But,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite tragic, Gladiators, because didn't a lot of them end up fucked up or something?
I think one, yeah, there was.
All right, do you remember? All right, let's see if we can name any. I'm going to go first. Wolf.
Yeah. He wants to come back on it. He's got a son. He wants to come back on it. And
Why
he
are
was
they
good.
all? Hold on. Is it bring your kids to ITV Day? Maybe Zach
No.
needs to bring his child
No,
because
I think his son
Bradley
was,
Walsh and now Wolf.
Yeah. So yeah, no, he was good. Wolf.
Philip Schofield.
Was he on it? It was John Fisher.
Just talking about bringing your son to work. It's a joke.
Oh right. And then there was a guy. Was it Saracen? But anyway, one of them.
Yes, Saracen. That's another one. Okay, Storm.
Jet.
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 Storm Jet. Jet spray.
She was an original Gladiator.
Storm Jet. We're going to check these in a bit. We'll carry on throughout the show because this. By the way, listener, this is going to go on for about 4 hours. One of
them, apparently, according to some reports, may have been involved in a kidnapping.
What?
And I think, yeah, may have done. I think I read that somewhere, but I don't know. It was a news story where one of them had possibly kidnapped somebody.
Is this a joke? Are you building up to a joke? Because I know this is what you do.
Not at all. Not at all.
Good.
Leave it. In fact, probably best say no more. But yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, anyway, not that good a show. I don't think there are that many good shows, anyway.
All right. So, we've got Wolf, Storm, Saracen, Jet, Archer. Was the Archer one, or was that
Archer? Archer wasn't a gladiator.
Was he not? I'll put him on the side. Archer. Maybe not. I do like the Archers though. Maybe it's because of that the radio show. Big fan of that.
I like Radio 4, but I don't like the Archers.
Oh, come on. It's the best thing on Radio 4.
It's not they have good chat on there.
Well, yeah, they have good chat in the Archers. There was a cheese catastrophe the other day.
So, yeah.
And it took me about 5 years, to get which voices are which in the Archers, because there's a big cast.
You listened to it for 5. Mind you watched.
No, I've listened to it for 15 years now. I've enjoyed it for 10 years, knowing who all the people are. But what you might not know about the Archers, I'll just tell you one Archers fact.
Is it like Neighbours for blind people?
Well, it's Neighbours for any people, because anyone can enjoy it, not just the blind. It's not for deaf people. That's what we can say, I guess.
It's not for deaf people.
Well, no, because I wouldn't hear it.
Well, no, I didn't say deaf. I said blind people.
I know, but it is it's not exclusively for blind people. Where it's exclusively not for the deaf. Anyway, one of the little known facts about the Archers is they have quite a large cast, but they also have a large cast of people who aren't in it.
What do you mean?
Well, they've got like loads of characters who they talk about all the time. I mean, and they just, oh, she's just got out of the shop. That woman, she's so rude. And it's like, we never heard her. Never. Great.
I remember in Home and Away, Al Stewart used to go on about Ray Mayer, who played Al Stewart, used to go, "Yeah, that bloody Bob Barnett," and you never knew who he was.
Maybe he listened to the Archers. Was it Ray Mia or was it me? Because I used to say all the names while I watched the theme tune to pass the time because it was quite long. So Ray Miaga, I used to call him.
I used to call him Mayer, and he was married to Ailsa, who was played by Judy Nunn.
Ailsa was great, but she died too soon.
She had frizzy
then-
hair, didn't she?
Do you remember how she came back? She had a little cameo.
Did she?
She came back in the fridge.
That's Bobby.
Bobby didn't come back in the fridge. It was Ailsa.
No, it was Bobby's face went in the fridge.
Well, maybe it was both of theirs because they got on quite well.
I'm sure it was, Ailsa was seeing Bobby's face in the fridge. And it literally came out. A bit like, the T1000.
Well, not quite. Hold on.
I know, but
the budget over the way.
This comes back to what I was saying before. Jeremy Beadle in the day was like, "Oh yeah, let's watch this," and it was, it was at the time it was amazing. And you watch it now and you're like, "No thanks."
Yeah, but you have to put yourself back in the time, don't you? I used to think, though, even then, maybe my concept of age wasn't very big, but the old people in Home and Away just kept going on and on and on. It's like, when's Flathead going to leave that fucking school? And when's
Donald Fisher?
And when's Alf Stewart going to retire? I mean,
I remember Donald Fisher's settee. Do you remember his settee? It was a deep maroon. I forget the name of it, but it had like the.
He was always in a bad mood, wasn't he? So it was cool, even out of school.
Well, no, he was seeing. Do you remember Marilyn, who made it to? I think she went in Emmerdale.
She made it to Emmerdale. It's like swimming the channel.
Yeah, no, she did. She got in.
And Madge did too.
Emily Simmons or Emily Simons or something.
Maybe you played that game that I played. Oh, last thing, because we're not going to hold on. We're not going to talk about TV all throughout this show. We have to explain what it's about. But the last thing about Home and Away that you can do is if you get the theme tune. I can't believe he's just walked away from me.
The theme tune.
Oh, show off. Yeah, if you get the theme tune to Home and Away, you can sing it to the words of an Oasis song. Look inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know that you might find
Slip inside the
a
isn't it
better place? Well, I don't know all the words. I prefer Blur.
Do you?
Yeah, that's why I went down south, innit?
Well, they're both good, but I think Oasis are better.
No, Oasis sound like what's it called? Rocking all over the tribute band.
They don't fucking sound like rock and roll. They've got a status quo.
I like status quo.
It's all they're all their own songs. I think that I disagree with you.
And what did Blur do cover? All those are covers.
Well, no, but you suggested that Oasis did, and I said they didn't. So, does that mean that they didn't?
I prefer Pulp anyway. I was
prefer Pulp to Oasis.
Yeah.
Nah.
You should listen to some of the lyrics of Pulp these days.
These days, what the new ones?
Well, no, but looking back, do you know it's over 20 years ago? Did you used to think, with Disco 2000, let's all meet up in the year 2000? And it sounded like the future. Now it's
Robbie Williams did
5 years ago, wasn't it?
Robbie Williams did Millennium.
Oh, did my head in that guy.
Prince, didn't he do one about?
Yeah, but he did it ages before the millennium. He did that, and it wasn't about the millennium. He did it about 1999.
It was the year before the millennium.
The millennium. Let's ring the bell.
I went to see the Prodigy at the millennium.
Listen, we've probably lost everyone by now. The Prodigy.
The Prodigy.
Stop saying different words.
The millennium.
Did the Prodigy do I'm a 5-star?
No. They did Prodigy. When the feeling's gone and you can't go on, it's Prodigy.
That's sure. Right. So look, before we lose our final listener, who's only still listening because they've lost the use of their arms and the tongue can't reach the remote control. They
can't reach around.
So we should welcome them to. Oh, I forgot the name of it. What's it called?
See.
No, it's a good name.
Chewing the cud, we should have called it. Like I said.
Right. We're going to call it One Idiot and his friend. But we decided to call it Vapidity.
What?
Vapidity.
Mapidity?
No, vapidity.
Vapidity. What does that mean?
Well, it means something that's very vapid, I imagine.
Vapid? What's vapid?
What we've been doing for the past 20 minutes. Basically, vapid means nothing really of worth.
Hmm.
I think well, because we don't have. I think because obviously we'll be promoting this heavily in our other very popular podcast called the Story Song Podcast Show, and as people may know from that, we have to do quite a lot of work, don't we? For that one, that's why we're doing this one.
Stop focusing on whatever you're looking at. You're searching. You're not on Pornhub, are you? And see you
No, look, this is what I was doing. There you go. Look, you can't see it at home, so. But if you were with us, you could see the logo now. But mind you, if you look on your podcast, you could probably see it because this is it. I'm not doing another one. Nice. I spelt it right, haven't I? It's a new word. I made it up.
I spelt it right. It's a new word. I made it. I've spelt it right, haven't I?
I'm gonna get introduced to the dictionary. You know this man. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? And do you know how hard it is nowadays, Chris, to find
make a word up?
Well, make a word up because all the words have gone, or make a podcast name up because all the podcast names have gone. I thought two idiots. What did we call it last night when we came up with this gem?
Chewing the cud, I thought.
No, it wasn't chewing the cud. We never called it chewing the cud.
No, but that's what I think it should be.
Why? Well, you don't get a vote. Anyway, well, and also no one could spot. They'll know who we are,
right?
So, what do you see this as being about then?
What vapidity?
Vapidity.
Vapidity. No, just nature in a way. I think quite like that.
We've got subjects if we need them, but we probably won't because we're just natural lyrical gangsters.
Yeah, I think so. I think the lyric, yeah. Which reminds me of the song "The Hop Stepper." I'm the lyrical gangster. Word up.
Well, I should think so. I'm not very good at songs.
I think that's 30 years old. That song.
Jesus, we don't want to age ourselves too much because the listeners probably think we're teenagers or late teenagers or certainly in our 20s.
My dad told me that song's probably 30 years old.
So we have got a few subjects. Shall I give you a taste of if we get stuck, what we could talk about? I wrote them down.
Yeah, why not?
Hold on a minute.
Well, why don't you pick a subject and let's.
Oh, here we go. Right. Well, all right. Oh, I can pick some. All right. I'll tell you what then.
Let's discuss one.
I've got 16 pages of subjects.
Oh, nice.
So choose a page.
You got 16. I'll go for 8.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Sorry, listener. 7, 8. That's their tongue. They stretch their tongue now. Right, and now choose a number between 1 and 20.
You say they stretch their tongue out
to turn off the podcast.
Oh, I thought it was like the discussion was Kiss the band.
Oh no!
Because I think he got the tongue.
No. Don't be doing voices like that.
No, I'm trying to, if you stick your tongue out and try and talk.
Of course, that's how the jokers talk. Anyway, I used to talk like that anyway because my tongue used to stick out my mouth all the time. Right. Okay. Pick a number between 1 and 20.
18.
Oh, for fucking hell's sake.
Sorry, no, is it 4?
No, I've done it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got the rest. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh. Oh. What's your favourite thing about our sex life?
That we don't have one.
Oh, good answer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hardly a discussion point, is it?
No. Why have you chosen that as a discussion point for us?
I didn't, Chris. You chose it out of 1,000 different topics. So what does it say about
I thought you'd written all these things down.
Well, I have done.
Well, why did you fucking choose that one?
Because I went 18 down, didn't I?
Oh, God.
Whatever page you chose. Anyway.
Pick a fucking normal one.
Well, pick another one. Do it again.
The one before 17 or whatever.
No, because I wouldn't do that.
I don't know, 4. Go with 4.
Right, so page 4.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not follow the rules. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did put them in different colours, but I got bored after them as well. All right, and then a number between 1 and 20, I guess.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, this is quite the opposite end of the spectrum. What
Good.
are your thoughts on religion and spirituality?
Oh God. Do
Yes,
you know what? Actually,
absolutely correct.
Yeah. No, each to their own. Each to their own. I respect all thoughts of spirituality and religion. And interestingly, I was reading something the other day against what's it called?
You were reading.
DM something or another. I think people take this. Not that people should be doing, but there's a drug called, is it DMT, that people take, and they apparently they get into a sort of state where.
Are you advertising on the mushrooms on our podcast?
No, I think they're not far off that actually, but get into a state where. And it's interesting. I was chatting to someone the other day, and they were saying, because you know we were aware of 2D, 3D, etc., but you can talk about 10D and all these other dimensions and things, and potentially we can't see certain things. And you think, well,
I've had laser surgery.
That's possible. I'm not a believer in it. I'm not a well, I'm probably a non-believer in it. But you know, the fact that we're here, listen. In fact, yesterday, I was at someone's house. And I'd only met him once before. I was fixing something.
Was it a grinder date?
No.
A hookup?
No. But they showed me videos of what they thought was a UFO. Then they'd seen a UFO. And they showed me videos, 2 different videos of a UFO. And I was sort of a bit like, well, that's interesting. And it was, because it was like, but they saw what they saw and they believed it. And I thought, well, fair enough. But then, you know, normally you turn your head and go, no, that's a load of rubbish. A lot of people would say that. But then I thought, well, the fact that we're here suggests that potentially others are here or there or wherever. You know, I don't know. And I just thought, well, whatever you think, great. I'm yet to be persuaded about it, but I don't mind if it is. And whether religion, spirituality, I see the sun as the God. That's what I see as a God, is the sun, because that's the thing to me that brings life. What are your thoughts on it?
No, I've written down. I agree. I think we're living in a virtual reality. Have you heard this concept?
Is this the one where we're all, you know, it's like a bit like Truman Show-ish?
Well, more like the Matrix, I think. We're just plugged in, because they say if we are this far ahead in our technology, it stands to reason that we're further ahead and we just don't know it, apparently. But it loses me a bit at that point. But to be honest, I find it hard to put on my VR headset. It's a lot better now. I don't have to wear glasses, but it makes me feel a bit queasy.
Well,
and if we were in a VR and I put on my VR set, I'd be VR.
I get amazed every time I see a plane in the sky or a helicopter. I think that's amazing. That's impressive. Out of, you know, vegetation and stuff, that to have created and done that, electricity, clean water, you know, that I still get amazed at that.
Hold on a minute. And dirty water. They also create dirty water and cholera and cancer and AIDS and all that kind of shit.
I know, but it's developed well. When you think overall, in the short time we've been here, that's still. I mean, there's bad.
Hold on, we're about to end the human race with.
I know. Yeah.
He'll be the last one.
No, well, no, you know, there's potential for that, and it's sad when you look at, you know, when you split an atom, the energy that can create. It's nuts. It's, you know, it's crazy.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. When was the last time you split an atom?
Well, no, but it's just what humanity's done. I don't
take the credit for Oppenheimer and all these and Albert Einstein, all these fucking geniuses.
Not at all.
We split the atom.
No, as a species.
I said, yeah, exactly. You can't take any credit for that.
I'm not taking credit for it. I'm saying that we as a species have done that, and it's nuts, the things that the development that's been done. You know, I think it's impressive. There's lots of bad things about it, and like you said, then it's probably going to end our own, and comes again back to religion and spirituality. Maybe not spirituality, but religion. And a lot of people like then it's religion versus religion. And again, with that, it shouldn't be, but it is. And there's the sad side to it.
Have you heard?
But I think, and coming back to it as well, most people are good, regardless of what religion they are. Most people are acceptable, and it's like, it's what it is. Let's live together.
There's a song by The Orb, and I can't remember what it's called, but it goes, and it goes, do you ever get the feeling that you're being followed? And then he goes on about loads of conspiracy theories. But there is a bit in it where he says, do you think that the little tadpole, the little frog, when he climbed out the water, because he's from Manchester, climbed out the water, could understand the concepts of Shakespeare? And if that froggy couldn't understand Shakespeare, how could we possibly understand our own destiny? That was perfect.
Well, interestingly, a cow is more, or a whale is more closely related to a cow than it is to a shark. So they got out the water and went back in again. That's where a whale came from. It did. A whale, like a dolphin, it breathes air.
Walked out of the ocean and thought it'd be a cow for a bit, and then got bored and went back in.
Not far off.
I don't think you can take the credit for any scientific achievements.
No, this is what happened. No, I'm not taking the credit for the fact of evolution by any means. What I'm saying is that's what happened. And interestingly, if you have similar species, whatever, in one area and another, they evolve generally in a similar-ish way, but different. Even though they've not been right next to each other, they evolve similarly. Slightly longer snout, slightly shorter, but they're just evolution. I think Madagascar's. I think that's where I watched it. It was probably
the
cartoon. But no, the whale. It's horizontal fin, not vertical like a shark. A shark doesn't have to come up to breathe air. A whale does.
Well, the whale's a mammal, that's why.
Yeah, they have a tailbone. But they got back in the water. So as I say, stuff like that, I think is dead interesting.
All right. Well, I've just noticed our last listeners left us, so I think we should wrap it up. I think we should just make a note of the things we've covered in life, so we don't have to do them ever again. So we've done Wales, and we've done religion, and we've done Jeremy Beadle.
Jeremy Beadle.
and we only got we got 4. Shall I just find out? Let's have a look quickly before we leave, because I know all the listeners will be.
No, let's go.
To know. They'll want to know who the gladiators, if we got them all right. Gladiators. What would you say? TV show?
I'd say gladiators ready. Contest ready. His name was John, and he's 90 something, and he's still alive. And he went on my first thistle whistle.
Thistle whistle.
Yeah. He was also the guy that did the the Loch Ness thing.
Yeah. Which is one of the few TV shows.
Which is what my dad taught me about.
Which is one of the few TV shows that has 2 different theme tunes. One at the start, one at the end.
Isn't it?
Can you name? Yeah, because at the start it goes.
You can go to Timbuktu.
No, that's the one.
You'll never see a Nessie in the zoo.
That's one at the end.
Is it?
Yeah, and the one at the start is MacTooth blows on his bagpipes and up from the waves up and down the hill. Ferociousness appears.
I think you've got it the wrong way around.
No, I didn't. I watched a lot of television.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Can you name me what another one? I've got one more. I've got loads.
Another what?
Another TV show that has a different theme tune at the start towards the end.
Why don't you?
No, absolutely not.
I think talking to a professional here.
Okay, Monkey Magic. That had "Born on a mountain top" at the start, and at the end it had a Ganda. Okay.
Impressive.
And I'll throw in the raccoons to finish, but you'll have to.
Raccoons?
Yeah, they're a different start, a different.
Cyril and Cedric Sneer.
Yeah, so we could double-ended theme tunes we'll write down as well. we've covered a lot. So just for the gladiators, we didn't say Shadow, which I think is probably a bit of a racist name these days. Saracen.
I mentioned it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did actually. You get a point.
What do you mean? I'll just check my documents.
Nightshade.
Lampshade.
Nightshade, not lampshade.
Oh, nightshade. I think it's a fucking lampshade.
Falcon.
Falcon, yeah.
Oh, this was the one I was thinking of, not Archer. Hunter.
Hunter, that's it. Did you get Pantera and Lion-O as well?
Wolf, obviously. Vogue.
Mumra.
The other living. That's it. All right. So, what should we have to play us out? We can either have that song about the don't be such a misery guts.
No. I think the best way to end this is to go. One of us goes right. I'm nipping the bar. I'll be back in a minute, and then the next one comes back.
Yeah.
Off.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But we can play one of the things we've been talking about. So you can choose. I'm gonna let hold on. You can choose between Monkey Magic, Family Nest, or
yeah.
I can't remember the other one. Oh, that's but the Beadle's about. Right, chap.
Beadle's about.
Yeah, I knew it. All right. Well, that's it. So
see ya.
Yeah. Bye.